starts from main function only. Main student S1 assignment new student. This is the statement to use a create of the object. So we are creating the object S1 for the class student. While creating the object, we are sending the parameters to the parameterized constructor. The values are 111 and Ankit within the double quotation because that is the string type, that is a name, and 5000, that is a float type. By default, if you are not writing F, that treated as that is a double type. So memory is wasted. To save the memory for the memory optimization technique, it is better to write F. Now, whenever this particular statement is being executed by the JVM, the constructor, the parameterized constructor of student class will be invoked. This will be activated. Point one. Second point, and these values will be copied or sent to this parameterized constructor. The meaning is 111 will be copied into roll number, Ankit will be copied into the name, and 5000 will be copied into the fee. Now, here this is the important point. We declared roll number, name, and fee within the student class, and as well as we declared the same names, roll number, name, fee within the constructor also. So finally, you must understand here, we are declaring the three variables with the same names in the class as well as constructor. Suppose if you write a statement like this, just assume that there is no this roll number, assignment, roll number. Okay, just assume there is no this here. If you write the statement like roll number, assignment, roll number, the JVM get confused. What is this rule number and what is this rule number? Because those two same names. So the JVM gets failed to understand what is this rule number and what is this rule number. How can understand, and that is failed to differentiate these two rule numbers. Because in the class also we have one rule number, in the constructor also we have one rule number. So this is the problem the JVM faced, and the program will not be executed. So that is the problem, and the solution to that problem is this keyword. Now, if you observe this, if you are writing this dot rule number, if you write the code like this dot rule number, assignment rule number, the meaning is now this rule number indicates the constructor rule number. If you write simply rule number, that indicates the constructor rule number. And if you write this dot rule number, the meaning of this is a object of current class. Current class is student. This is a object for the current class. Currently, we are in the student class. So this is the student class object, and this is created by the developers, not by us. Okay, by default, this act as a object for the current class. Now, the JVM can understand that this rule number belongs to class, and this rule number belongs to constructor. Like that, that is used to differentiate the rule number and the rule number, two values. And in summary, when you have the same name of the class variables and local variables, these are called class variables. And these are called local variables because local to constructor. If you have the same name of class variable, and if you are maintaining same name for the constructor or any block, in such cases, if you are trying to assigning one value to the another value, the JVM cannot understand the difference between those two variables because the name is same. That's why the program will not be executed, that raises an error. To overcome this problem, we are using this keyword. This is used to indicate the current class object. Now, if you are using this keyword, the problem will be solved. Now, what are the values you are sending to the constructor? Those will be saved, these three variables, rule number, name, and fee. That will be assigned to the class variables. These are the class variables. So assignment will be done successfully without any confusion. So this is the actual concept of this keyword, one of the use case where we use this keyword in the real time. So we are sending some values, storing successfully with help of this keyword. And if you want to maintain second student data also, this is optional. If you want to write, you can. Otherwise, You can stop the code with student1 also. That is also valid. Same constructor, I am calling with object S2 with the student2 details. Student2 rule number 112, assume that Sumit is the name of the student. The 6,000 is the fee of that particular student. And those two values again sent to the same constructor and assigning to these variables, class variables. For every object, it maintains separate memory. In the last session, I have shown to you. S1 internally for the S1 object, separate memory is maintained. For S2 object, separate memory is maintained. For S1 object, these values will be stored. For S2 object, these values will be stored. And S1 dot display, S2 dot display. S1 dot display. Then this redirects to the function display. Within the function, just we are printing the values of rule number, name, fee. So first student values will be printed like this 111 Ankit 5000.0 because this is the float type. Like that, s2.display, it is redirected to the display function and display function statements will be executed. We are getting this output 112 Sumit 6000. Again, it reaching to the ending point of the function that is redirecting to this s2.display. After that, closing of the main, closing of the class, and you are getting this output. So this is this keyword. This is also very frequently asked question in the university.